I'll put the guest up here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. We lost somebody. Welcome to OGB, Old Gray Bricks, live on Thursday night. We're glad you're here. And we do have a special guest right over here. We'll get to him in just a second. We're glad Martin is here. How are you folks doing today? Hope you all are having a good evening. And we actually have some folks in the chat. We have Brickman Mosaics Art is here. We're talking to our friend Martin today. He has a question. Magnus, who couldn't get on earlier, he is out there. Joseph K, he is here. And Artie has a question for you. Do you listen to Leonard Skinner?
I sing Leonard Skinner, is what I do. I don't listen, I sing it when I'm building.
Oh, look, Magnus. Magnus has he's scooted in. Richard got bumped, or he dropped, and Magnus has scooted in. How you doing, Magnus?
I'm good. I figured I'd only get that in if someone left intentionally, but
it's still on the west.
Oh, you hip checked him right out of here. That's kind of funny. Anyway, we've got some questions. We'll get to you guys. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're excited that you're here, and we're going to go around the room. And since Magnus, since you just joined us, we'll start with you first. What's going on in your Lego world, man?
So, what's going on in my Lego world? Let me go over and show you all. I don't know how clear it is, but I've been making some progress on my castle, which at this point it's
Nice.
It's a lot of detail-y stuff. But like one example is you see the jagged edge along here.
Yes.
I'm coming up with a way to smooth it out, like you can see on this side. Like that. So the way that works is that I've kind of built a thing that I just kind of, you see that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is really good.
Yeah, nice.
So that's an example of it's a lot of work and you don't sort of visually see a lot of work done, but these are little details that get done. So that's exciting. And the other thing that's new in my world is I need to thank Mary. Is Meredith here? I can't.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So a while ago, you showed us some display cabinets you had of for some minifigs, and I thought they were really cool, so I bought some too.
How they working out?
I think they're looking pretty good. I got some G.I. Joe figs here.
Oh, you got the length or the widthwise one, yeah.
Like that.
Oh.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. Keeps the dust off of them.
That's nice.
Where'd you get them at?
Get in there.
So those are the big things in my Lego world.
How many figs could you get in that case?
I think about 16 per row, and there's 8 rows. So it's 128. It depends a little on how close you want them to stand.
That's good. I mean,
that's a lot of figs.
I want 2 on a base plate.
Right.
Well, okay, it's not funny. Sorry.
All right. Cool deal, man. It's good to see you, Magnus. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
I know. It's good to be back. I'm sorry, Rich. I mean, we can play a bit of musical chairs, and I can pop out again, too, if there's a line.
All right. We can put y'all in another room and let y'all duke it out and then see who comes out. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That would be great. That'd be cool.
Old Gray Brick, may the odds forever be in your favor.
All right. Let's go to Miss Meredith. What is up with you guys? We missed a happy birthday on Monday. So happy birthday. Let me find the button here. There you are. Happy birthday, young lady. How are you?
Good. Is that it? What are you working on? The Lego Friends bus that you got for your birthday.
That is a fun build.
What did they call the Winnebago in Spaceball? Because I definitely think we need to turn it into that.
Don't they call it the Eagle One or something?
The Eagle One. Yeah, I think we need to turn it into like the friendship or the something like that.
Stop.
And then Natalie still hasn't finished Diagon Alley, but I have started on Nocturne Alley. So the pub, the White Laverne, that's where all the Dark Wizards go to drink and do Dark Wizard stuff. So
That's good.
trying to make it's the same base plate size. So in Martin, we have cast beer because it's England, right?
Yeah, it looks so good. That wall detail's brilliant. I know it took forever.
So that I think we're gonna do 3 or 4 buildings that we can attach onto the side because that was the request. That's cool, but it needs a Diagon Alley.
Yeah.
Or Nocturne Alley. I'm sorry. There, I got corrected.
Yeah, well, I've got a 15-year-old and I get corrected all the
All
time.
the time.
No, that looks great, Meredith. And I'm going to just tell you something. Everybody's going to feel great when Martin goes, "Oh, that's brilliant," because it makes you feel so much better. So, I got to find something cool to show him so I can be brilliant. All right, so
It would be brilliant.
I love it. All right, Rick Smith, what's going on, man?
What is going on? I don't know. I finished that thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Space.
Favorite part of the build was this right here. No, I'm kidding. I filmed my Secret Santa video for the YouTube community that I should have told you guys about. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, hello?
That was a pretty good secret.
You know, hey. I don't just getting ramped up, I guess, for Christmas. I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember. Nobody said anything. Nobody commented on the short sort video yet.
I haven't had time to watch this.
I don't want
All right, wait. So give us your impressions of the Saturn V build because we are like all jazzed about it. So
Okay. Well, it definitely some of the techniques. Okay, this is not a set to have been built by somebody who has no finesse. I crushed it several times trying to attach the special little bits.
He's too strong.
I enjoy it, but it's there. See, look at there. Hey.
Oh.
Well, I've got.
But it's an excellent. Yep. It has a bunch of cool techniques in it, things that I never thought of, and sometimes I felt like they did that just because they could. Not that it helped or hurt anything, but just like, what? Here, hold my beer. No one's ever done that technique, and they may never do it again.
Oh no, man, that thing's like a master class in snot.
It's a gorgeous set.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning any of that.
I felt a little dumber and then a little smarter after that set because I felt dumb building it, but then I felt so educated because of it. So
I'm like Matt. I build modulars and castles and things like that.
well, I mean, it's a tall round thing. You could just make it a castle tower. I mean, just take
I have all
off the end.
I have all intentions incorporating this and the creator tree in the castle grounds.
Oh,
That's
nice.
going to happen. It has to.
I agree with Rick, man.
I'm trying to make as much of it. Huh?
There's a question for you. Is there any difference in the original and the re-release?
So according to Brickzar, there is one singular 2x4 plate. The old one is just a plate. The new one is a Technic plate. What difference? Me and Keith Strawbricks, the guy who does short sword with me and does this build series with me, that you guys don't know.
Do you mean that video we haven't watched yet? Okay.
That's what
name dropping.
right.
You on YouTube?
No, I am obviously a TikTok star.
Are you Brickstar from TikTok? Can we get him on TikTok?
I'm Jang from Facebook.
Are you Nash Brick?
That's it. But no, I don't know where I was going. It's cool. All right, God bless. Yay! Look at me.
Derailed.
The thing we missed is you shutting the door behind you. I missed that part.
I was showing that.
Gotcha.
Can't see it through the glass.
Ooh.
There
Wait,
you go.
what's the temperature in Florida right now? Because it's still chilly cold here.
Hey Siri, what temperature is it?
It's 54 degrees outside.
54.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
I don't know.
That's 52. We're not that. That's not so bad. Doing right. So we are so boring now. We're talking about the weather. So
Hey,
let's
you
move
know
on.
you know it's a Lego stream when you start talking about the weather.
Alexa, order 500 paper towels.
Stop it.
Hey, don't blame the weather. If you didn't have the weather, 90% of the population wouldn't know how to start a conversation.
Not as much as certain, especially for introverts. All right, let's go to Mr. Brian, who has a lovely background. Brian, what's going on in your world, man?
A lot of things.
Wow.
Oh, good.
Christmas.
Yay!
Yay.
This week I got some small sets, or actually last week, but some small sets. We got the 2-pilot craft, which is one that Danny put off on Facebook. Pretty strange build here. I don't know what they were going for, but
It was the late 80s, early 90s. Just go with it.
Yeah.
yeah. The only reason I got it was because it had 2 figures, and I was like, you know what? Might as well get it for the figures.
That set alone probably populated most people's Blacktron armies because it was a minifigure pack before there was a minifigure pack.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That, you got
Exactly.
2 things.
And then the other one I got was the Black Knight's boat here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love that one.
Another simple small set. This apparently was only in like a combo pack, so it came with 2 other sets. And
Oh, sorry.
yeah, so these kind of like sets like this get really rare and expensive. So found a good deal on it. Decided I had to get it. And then finally, we got our last black feather. So I'm done buying.
Dare we
Put a
ask,
feather in it.
in general, the price of the one black feather was?
Well, I don't want to say significantly less, but less than the $20 going rate. So,
Is your wife listening right now?
so I'm almost done with this one. I just need the minifigure, the other castle minifigure, and then a couple accessories. But yeah, so I'm getting close to being done with all the Forestman sets, which is nice because I love the Forestman. So
Sweet.
yeah, that's pretty much it this week.
Nice.
Good deal.
Good job,
That's
boy.
awesome. All right. Let's go to Matt. Matt, what's going on, buddy? And your,
Hey, so
and your fancy
I'm-
hat.
Hey, sailor.
I'm in the Navy this week. So
Yeah.
actually, my dad was a Navy veteran, and I was raised in Navy housing, so it's somewhat appropriate, I guess. But so I've been really sorting a lot, and I'm actually near the end of getting all of my loose bricks sorted, which I'm OCD, so when I sort, it's like very, very detailed. But I
We'll lose it.
Nope.
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 Yep.
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 That's all right. We'll send that third part. Matt, you out there?
Somebody
Stay
put a corner
on.
in Matt's internet and
Push the button again. Hello?
hey, wait. Let's freak you all
Stable
out. Everybody
connection.
make the same face. Ready? Matt, we'll come back to you in a minute.
So, like, he's not frozen. He just wants to do that.
I can't tell if he's actually frozen or
Oh
not.
no, he's frozen now.
Do you want to build a
Fine.
snowman?
fine. I never lost you guys,
No,
so I saw all of your funny
you
faces.
got more pixels on you than a bad Cubert game right now.
Can you
so
see me
let's-
now?
It's the hat.
The hat's clogging up all the bandwidth. Here, maybe mine is too.
Now the indoor solar power is working off of your noggin.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, we got it covered now.
So this is what I built. Make me big. Make my screen big, please.
You took your hat off, so okay.
So I was looking at the plans in Rebrickable, and there was this little adorable, getting the camera, small bantha, and I had almost everything I needed. So I built the bantha. It's missing 2 tauntaun tusks that I have on order, and these parts in black are supposed to be brown, but I didn't have them in brown. So of course I need to order those as well. But I'm really liking the bantha, and it was a lot of fun. And there's a lot of really some pretty affordable instructions if you want to build stuff. Like a lot of stuff was like $10 or 10 euros. There's obviously some more expensive plans, but this one was free. And I also came across something else that's free, but I'm going to build that for next week. So we'll save that as a surprise. So that's what I built this week. My little bantha is adorable. It's going to go outside my cantina.
Is it going to feed any great dragons? You go great dragon hunting with it?
Right. Yes. Well, I want to build a bigger bantha, so maybe this is like a teenage bantha that can go next to the bigger one.
All right, I'll cover it. We're going to need a bigger bantha. All right. Moving on. You were all thinking it.
You're good.
And then I'm going to need to build a space worm, but that'll wait.
I could eat.
Well, that you do that on your own time. Anyway, so
that's what she said. No, moving on.
All right, I'm going back in the Navy then.
It would be great if all of a sudden your internet starts to fail again really bad because of the hat. And all right, Dave, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm just completing sets in that Facebook buy and sell lot that I got the other week, and this is the first time that I remember I actually built a pirate set ever.
Ooh, spin on that one because I got that one in the collection. Oh no,
So I have lots of pirate pieces. I have lots of sales. I just never bothered. I got them all in used lots, and always play with sharks. It was an interesting build. So besides the classic base I've been building, I've been building one pirate set. And trying to figure out what else is in this lot. So we talked on Monday about this 4x8 that only came in the 6980, and I'm actually finding more parts of the 6980, so I'm going to build a 6980 now. So that's what I'm working on right now.
You need, return that piece to its rightful place.
Exactly.
That's right. Let it fulfill its destiny. That's important.
Well, it's not the Galaxy Explorer and it's not the 6985, but it's still a pretty good big capital ship. So
what did you say he was in?
6980. This one.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
I'm so glad your jammies are shut, buddy. I'm just going to
Oh, it's in that one.
It's in that one.
I think it's in this one more than that one. So
It could be either one of them.
The Galaxy Commander.
Galaxy Commander.
Yeah. So hey, tell the kitties what is on your shirt, and let us not see your jammies anymore.
So Sue sent me this, I guess a decade or two ago. She was cleaning out her house and she found a box. She said on the LugNet reunion thread, "Hey, who wants one?" I said, "Woo, sign me up." They never got one originally, but this is where everybody, all the cool kids, used to hang out back in the day.
Back in the day.
This is where I met Mark and Chris back in the day.
Back in the day.
That kid knows what's going on.
We always have a competition, but I know that my number is pretty high, actually. I'm at 1820. Some friends of mine are like 7. First 7 registered users on LugNet. But I've been on there since like 1998, 1999. And I actually tried to find the first post where Chris and I interacted, but it's hard to find that kind of post back then.
Yeah, it is.
Way back.
Bless y'all's heart.
Yeah, LugNet was written really well, and the threads were really well for that time. As time goes on, it gets really, really hard to go back. But
yeah,
LugNet was where we all hung out, and those days were pretty good. Those are great days, actually.
All those salad days.
Fantastic.
They were the salad days.
They were the salad days.
All right, so listen, Mr. Mark Sandlin, what is going on, man?
I am hanging out with Small Paul. Woo! He's over there, but we are come here, Small Paul. Let's talk about what we did this evening.
Okay.
We opened the Advent calendar, so we got this was first. No, that one.
Spoiler alert! No.
The A-Wing fighter. These are days past. It's no longer a spoiler. A-wing fighter, and when you got an extra piece, extra blaster. What?
And also a little escape pod.
And an escape pod with the extra pieces. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So have you opened another?
Yeah, you got Poe with his hot chocolate and his blaster, which like you do. And today's what? This was today's, right, Paul?
Wait. Oh, I haven't done today's yet.
Spoiler alert.
It is almost over, man. It's Luke's house.
And I also made my own little truck.
Oh yeah, Paul made that with extra pieces from the Christmas tree. So
cool. Did you get the little Christmas tree poly bag? Is that what you got?
Yeah, I got one, and Paul built that, and we put it on the mantle upstairs.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna show
Sweet.
you.
Well, you're kind of busy right now, buddy. It's cool. Okay, you got to be quick. Everybody's waiting.
Yep. Hurry.
Okay, just bring the one base plate.
The pun. This is a great pun. Don't you mean the Hoth chocolate? Perfection.
What I'm building is Lego Astroneer.
Yeah, we've been playing a game called Astroneer, which has a little astronaut, and you build a base and collect.
I'm working on a rover.
A rover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss already has his little gun that sucks up stuff.
Yeah.
Compound.
And his machines and stuff.
You say the gun sucks, huh?
All that chrome. That's so nice.
I was about to say, Small Paul, you should be thankful to your dad that he lets you play with his chrome, because my dad won't let me play with his chrome.
Yeah.
He didn't really ask.
Oh, even better.
Hey, whose shirt you wearing there, Sandlin?
This is the official Giddens Fazoom Planets of Awesomeness.
Yeah.
And I got one a week ago, but it was printed incorrectly, and the planet looks sort of like an egg. So I had to email TeePublic and say, this is not right.
And TeePublic is pretty good. They'll replace a printing error almost in a skinny minute. So
yeah, I sent them an emailed a picture, and they said, okay, yeah, and they already knocked out a return. And or I didn't even have to return it. They just sent me a new one.
We know, Brom. You tell us all the time. Just saying. All right. Now, before we get to our special guest, let's go to Dana to go through our Old Gray set of the week.
Hoo-wee, Chris. It has been a day. Let me tell you, I have been all over this state. Traffic in the South is horrible, especially when you're trying to find your sweet tea for lunch with some chicken in your biscuits. But, I persevered to get home in time for your show, and I was concerned that I was not going to have the OGB set of the week, but let me tell you, I do have it for you.
I do declare.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
I don't think I could do that for an entire episode. I'm sorry. I joked and I thought I could try it, but no, I can't do it. But in all seriousness, light Lego week in my world. I will say, as Mark pointed out, that the Christmas tree is available at Walmart. Also, so is this awesome poly bag. The 30370.
Where'd you get that from?
I got it at Walmart. It's not in the Lego section. It's in like their little bins along the aisles, and they've got a whole bunch of things. They've got this, the Harry Potter with the owl. They've got the Dots picture frame, Christmas tree. I think there's even a Minecraft set in there. They're all polybags, just ready and rocking for Christmas.
Dana, in this part of the country, we say Walmarts.
Yeah, it's plural.
Is that like the Publix? Oh no, that does have an S, doesn't it? I don't know. I know. I grew up in Illinois, so we dropped the S for everything.
Wait, where you said Illinois? What part?
The far west suburbs of Chicago, in a little town called Batavia.
I grew up in Elgin.
then yes, I know where Elgin is.
Absolutely.
Batavia is right
Yeah,
next to Aurora.
Elgin.
And when I was
Elgin,
in college,
Elgin.
people would hear my full name, Dana Knutson, and they're like, "Well, where'd you grow up?" And I would say Batavia, Illinois, and they thought I was like from some small European Eastern country or something like that. But
What up, Timmy and Papa Bear?
So I digress. Back to talking about the polybag. You get this great, awesome little scuba diver with the awesome helmet that is only available in the bigger set. So this is a cool little set to get that. And then, that's like worth the whole $4.99 of the set. But then they give you a freaking stingray.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. I mean, just don't put this around your Crocodile Hunter minifigures because that's just
too soon.
Too soon.
But anyway,
and if this is the Old Gray set of the week, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
So the helmet on this guy is like $1.13, and he's like another $1 and some odd cents. So I mean, the helmet and get them while you can, because I think the set, if you go on Bricks and Pieces, and try and just buy the parts for this set, it's like $7.50 versus the $5 for the polybag. So definitely a good polybag kit.
You're making me sick because I ordered 4 of those manta rays and on Bricks and Pieces, and I probably paid $4 a piece.
I'm glad that I had waited. But I did order 2 of those helmets, so I have a couple of those already. But now I grabbed a couple of those polybags, so definitely worth the $4.99 for it. I've been working on some other stuff digitally, and it won't lead us into the Old Gray Bricks of the week, but you might as well switch my sharing screen so that I can talk about my set that I'm kind of working on to build. So this is I'm working on something with Orange Spaceman. So I'm kind of doing a little utility shuttle, and I've even got it to where the back will open up, and I got a little rover that's going to pop out of it. I don't have all the pieces. I've been only trying to build with pieces that are current, and unfortunately, a lot of the current pieces that I want, I don't have enough of because they just haven't come up in bulk sorting. So I'm going to probably do a nice big Bits and Pieces order here probably pretty soon, and I'm going to go off of Adrian's suggestion of ordering multiple quantities as opposed to just like 10. So lots of pieces that are probably going to wind up in the Bricks and Pieces order. So hopefully look for this to show up sometime before Christmas in the as an actual set versus just me doing my thing. So
real quick, Dana, I noticed that you are heavy in the dark bluish gray.
I am.
It doesn't. That's not a normal space thing, is it, guys?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well, good job.
It can be.
It could be. I tend, and as if you're a frequent to my Instagram, if I do a mock, whether it's a robot or a spaceship, there's a lot of orange and dark gray.
Well, I respect you for that, and yes, I like every picture you post.
I appreciate it.
Not that he's talking here.
But that brings us to this week's segment of Old Gray Bricks set of the week. And it is 6981 Aerial Intruder.
Look at that action photo.
Is that official?
No, that's out of my basement in my little light box with the set on a transparent stand that I then turn around and Photoshop out so it looks all nice and cool. But yes, so Matthew, I anticipated you saying, "Ooh, look at that action shot." So, all right, let's talk about this set. Theme Blacktron 2 from 1991. Piece count 267 pieces. You got 2 minifigures. Retail price back in 1991 was a whopping $29.99. Used price today running about $80. If you do include the instructions, who knows? Maybe yes or no. And if you can find one mint in box, they're going to run you about $500, give or take. But granted, these are U.S. prices if you can even find a seller. So some of them may be higher, some may be lower. You never know. What makes this set cool? Cornucopia of trans neon green. I mean, there is so much neon green on this set. It's amazing. All those hexagon canopy pieces, the hexagon curve pieces, the big hexagon piece with the Blacktron logo on it. In 1991, this would have been a set that I would have probably bought several of just because of all these trans neon green pieces. Gotta love it.
Right.
Lots of playability. Both the pods will come off as separate ships. The canopy opens up to reveal 2 little rovers. You got a jetpack in the back. So much playability in this set. You got to love it. And last but not least, Hail Blacktron!
Where's that?
Love them or hate them, there are those Blacktron fanatics out there who are all about Blacktron, whether it's Blacktron 1 or Blacktron 2, and they can't all be wrong, right?
I mean,
right.
So, again, this week's Old Gray set of the week is the Aerial Intruder. And for those of you who have not gotten to see one in action, I will switch screens and switch cameras. So, Chris, go ahead and flip us back.
Yay!
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 Here's the Aerial Intruder.
To the bottom right.
Look how fast it is.
Now, the only problem and that most people will say about this set, because it is very swooshable. So even if I take it off the stand,
Chris is upset.
Wrong one.
I don't know why.
It's very swooshable from a hand perspective. But if you flip it over, sometimes the little rovers will come dislodged if they're not locked in there. Now, granted, mine seems to be doing pretty good, so I'm going to bump my swooshability factor up to 9. Maybe even all the way to a 10. But
you know, when your rovers come dislodged, you need to talk to a physician.
Yeah.
What number is that again?
Don't let that last more than 24 hours before seeking a physician. So as I was saying before, the little pods pop off, so you can swoosh those around on their own. So they're very swooshable. And then if you open up the little arms here, it allows the canopy to open up, which is a cool feature. I don't know if you can see it, but when you lift up the canopy, it lowers the ramp.
Oh, you broke it.
No, it actually slides out the rovers. Let me do that again. So
I'm not sure that activity is OSHA approved.
No, it probably isn't. But yeah, so if when you raise the canopy, it lowers the ramp for the rovers to flop out, which is kind of cool. You gotta like that. And then if you flip it around to the back, you got another little hexagon shield or canopy piece that you can open up. Yeah, we're gonna leave that in there so don't break it.
Like power.
Nailed it.
Clutch in there. So it is truly one of the fantastic sets. Blacktron 2, it's got several really good sets in it. It's hard for me to say whether this or the Allied Avenger or some of the other sets. I mean, they're all just fantastic. And I love that all the little pods will interact and connect with each other onto the other ships. So a great theme to begin with. Gotta love it. So that is our Old Gray set of the week. Week. And Chris, back to you in the studio.
All right. And by the way, the reason that the thing wouldn't come out is because that crappy red and blue figure was to the right of that. So
no. He's there for moral support. Completely there for moral support.
I'll moral his support. Anyways. All right. So if you have just joined us, we're grateful for that. And still some folks are even trying to knock into the door to get into the chat. So we're glad you guys are here. We have a special guest with us. I met Martin.
Well, thanks. Oh, it was.
I think I met Martin. Gosh, it's probably Brick for Alabama 2012, 2013, I guess. I can't remember which the first one I went to. Or what was your first one? I can't.
I think it was 16 or 15 I went to, so that was another English person that you met. But
another Alabama guy. So, yeah, okay. Well, maybe it was that.
You're English?
Not that long ago. The memory does slide. But Martin came in, and he's building this amazing stuff. He's building with his kids. And then all of a sudden you start noticing that all the awards at Brick Fair would be going to Martin. So, and that's, it's not a competition, but anyway, so what a great guy. Glad you're here. Martin, how are you today?
Well, I'm good. I have to say, I'm so grateful you invited me over here so I can play Lego with you. It's been a long day in the woods, and it really has been. So that's all I got. Yeah.
Wow.
Chris, thanks for having me. Do I get, first of all, that was nice. Do I get to share what I've been working on as well? And
absolutely. The rest of the show is yours. We're heading out.
I love it. So I'm so new to live streams. I've been in Zoom meetings since March the 17th every day, 4 or 5 hours a day for work. And the first live stream I've been on was this past weekend. So since then, and you invited me here, I was like, well, let me get on and have a look and see what the show's about. So it's pretty cool. So I have come prepared because I want to share something I've built and something that I've bought, which is really important to me. So this is the very first set that I ever owned as a kid. And I went ahead and bought it.
Nice.
Good for you.
Built it. It's going backwards. The tugboat is going backwards. So it's really nice. And it's a guy in Birmingham, Alabama who had it. He's got a bunch of old stuff. And people were saying it's overpriced. I was like, you know what? It's kind of priceless to me because I don't have it and I want it. So happy to pay that for it. But it was a good build. It's got the used to play with it in the bathtub. I won't go and play it in the bathtub tonight, but it's got the little float on it that actually does float. And I think I was 4 when I got it. I remember getting it. It was at my grandma and grandpa's house, and it was Boxing Day, so the day after Christmas.
We know what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, you learned on that a couple of weeks ago.
We learned,
and you were correct. But anyway, so I remember having it, and my dad running upstairs and saying, "Don't open it; you'll lose all of the pieces." That's all I remember. That was my first Lego experience. So don't play with it because you'll lose everything. And I opened it, and I lost a piece, and I got in trouble. And so that defined who I was with Lego. So that's my first build. And Dana, as you were talking, I was trying to peer into your shelf there. I'm trying to collect I had 4 sets as a kid growing up. So I had this. I had a castle set, which I want to find. I think it's 6090 is what I had, and I want to buy that one. I had a fire station when I was 11, but then I had a space vehicle. So it had a rocket on it, and it was a transport vehicle with a rocket. Yep. And I don't know which one it was, but I want that one. I'm trying to find it.
Hang on. There it is.
No.
The little one.
I'm just regressing to a
The little one.
No.
Give him a second.
This is
hold on, castle.
That's what my older brother had that I wasn't allowed to play with. I got the smaller one.
Dude,
So
you're embarrassing me in front of the British guy.
So Dave,
Martin, was it the blue one?
So the one Dave had, my older brother had that I wasn't allowed to play with, and then it was blue and it had the small wheels.
I got it.
Small black wheels.
I got it. Here we go. It kind of fell apart as I was walking over, but
that's it.
There we go.
Go grab it. Come on, you have to have 2 of them.
Yeah. What is that? What set number is that? Because I want to find
6881.
What's that, Brian?
6881. I just built that last week. There we go.
You did, and I got extra pieces for you, by the way.
You've been around holding castles. I mean, you haven't been on the screen for like 30 minutes, and you're just sitting there fondling your castle. I don't know what that.
Where do I get all these castles? Is this the one you had, 6090?
No, okay, so I've got it wrong, 6090. There's a ghost in that one, isn't there? I like the ghost.
Yeah, there is.
My brother had that one, and I wasn't allowed to play with that either. No, it was the one that was. It was the grey castle in old grey bricks.
Oh, probably 68.
With the red and yellow flags on top.
Oh, nice.
I don't know which one that was.
Was it the one with the big base platey thing, or was it normal couple of base plates and open like a modular one?
Yeah, it was the one that opened up.
68.
Oh, that one.
Should be 6080 or 6075.
Maybe it's 6080. I was listening to someone else's YouTube.
Oh, okay. Collectively, everybody push the glasses up. This is
my area of expertise.
Go to work, guys.
Lego castle? Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So vindicated that I'm not alone.
So I think, Martin, I think you should buy the sets you couldn't play with and just smash them.
I agree with that. Anger that I have, yeah. That's what I should do, Julian. I'm a fan of smashing Lego. But anyway, so I'm trying actively now to get some of the things that I didn't have as a kid. I don't collect Lego. I don't really build sets, but like I showed, I have the NASA space shuttle here. That's Saturn 5 or 7, Saturn 7, 5. Because I figured the build techniques were awesome. So I was really pleased to hear that they were. Because the way they made that so round, I was like, how did you do that? Bram Lego, you're right. My brother wasn't a very nice person. He's now a DJ in a castle in Spain. He's all right, but I wasn't allowed to play with many things. But so let me show you what I've been working on. On Sunday, I showed a preview of a little house I was building. So I've not built any Lego City before, but I'm going to make a town and build a town. I've got things I'm working on, but there's a couple of people I follow on Pinterest, which I do have, and I'll see some artists and their designs, but I've seen these little pictures of it, these little houses with little pop art colors out. So I built like this old English looking house, which took forever to do. But the windows are actually, where are the windows? They're actually brick built windows on their sides, because I didn't have that color. I don't know if they make the windows in that color. So they're 2x4s attached with the stud on the side that has the 4 studs, and then there's a 1x3 black bit in there to attach them all in. But I wanted to get that color, but I did that, and then this one should be a fun one as well. Maggie, my daughter, she was in here. She likes this one. So, and this is the whole style I'm trying to work on at the moment. So, don't fall off. So it's a little house, and so I started with a door here, and so I built it's like a broken up wooden door, and I want to have little bends and shapes in it, and then it's meant to have like this little stonework in the middle. So these are all connected, but you've got little animals everywhere, little cat in the window, little dogs in the window, lots of little things to look at. I don't normally build buildings, but something I've been working on lately, and then I did this one 2 days ago.
Is that a frog on the side?
That is a frog on the side, yeah, right there.
No, on the other side. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Where the frog is where the frog is, correct. So that's what I've been working on.
I love it.
Because my daughter's been wanting a zoo and she's wanted a city, and I've never really done it. And I want to do it with my own little play to it. I saw that comment about the castle, about the DJ. I missed that, but what was that one? Sounds like the worst possible person, actually. Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah. I guarantee he's not got internet access and will never watch this video, so I'm good. I've got 4 brothers, so I can burn one of them. Yeah, always another one. But that's what I've been working on. And then as someone was mentioning how they've been sorting. I think as Matt was saying, he's been sorting. So I've actually been actively sorting everything I've got, breaking down all the old sets, trying to get pieces so I can source them when I need to. So I'm almost done with sorting, the main sort. You're never done.
No, you're never done.
Never done.
Never done. So that's what I've been working on. But Chris, yeah, I think it was 2015 I came to the first brick fair, Alabama. And my son Zane, he was 7, and we were there and we're looking around, and he said, "Hey Dad, I want to be one of those people," which is all of you who are sitting behind the table showing off their displays. And I was like, okay, that's great. I've just spent $400 on a Lego tank at whatever was before Brickmania. It wasn't Brickmania, there was someone else there. And this is going to be an expensive hobby. We just come from a soccer game. So anyway, so the year went on, he kept saying, I want to be in Brick Fair, I want to be in Brick Fair. And Minecraft had just come out. So he got his Minecraft, he's an 8-year-old boy at that time. And he made it his own little mod, but still it was... You ain't from around here, is you? What you say? But anyway, so he built that, and I thought that's good. I don't know how this show works, but I remember seeing a bunch of castle stuff that year. I remember there was big stuff. Brickmania actually had turned up with their, I think it's their Normandy invasion scene. So I was like, I have to build something big so that people will actually come and look at his build. And so it was, I think it was 2015 when we turned up there. And I built a Battle of Hoth, which was a lot of sets pieces and a lot of white flower pieces for snow and like an interior. But what it did was it was long enough that it made a queue of people so that they would line up and trying to look at everything. And then at the meantime, they were also looking at his build as well. So it worked as the design was I built Lego so that people would look at my son's stuff, right? And not overlook it. And now I'm in the room upstairs that I built with Lego, talking with a bunch of cool people, which I wish I'd done more of before now. So that's kind of when I ran into you, Chris. I think I ran into you the first show I turned up, which was.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. All right, so Martin, tell us about just a tad about your family and their involvement with you in your Lego hobby. And by the way, you guys chime in with a question as he goes.
Yeah. So I started with Zane, and Zane's about to be 14, and he still plays with some. He's like, I think yours is 15 there, Chris. You get the joy of when he walks in a Lego room and you hear them sorting through the parts, knowing that they still play with it. But Maggie is my daughter. who I know some of you have seen running around. Some of you may have been responsible. She normally runs around Brickfair, Alabama or Virginia with cut toes or bleeding or something. Every rule on the bouncy house is because of her, right? Because she's done all damage. And I can only blow it up because of Maggie. So that the rules were done for her. But she was just in her earlier. She's 11 and a half. And really my Legos kind of exploded a little bit more around her. So the first show I went to, I did the Star Wars, but then I realized there wasn't a whole lot for girls to say, oh, that's cool, I have something like that, or I can take my pieces and play with it. So we ended up doing a lot more of that. But you know, when Zane was younger, we'd just sit on the ground and play. Andrea, my wife, she's real supportive. Like she doesn't really know the cost of anything with Lego. And I disappear at random times. She's like, well, that's okay. At least he's in the house somewhere, and he'll turn up when he's hungry, kind of like a little teenager. But she's real cool. She's turned up to some shows, and you know, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna leave the stand area here. Do you want to come with me? No, I'll sit down and stay. I'm like, if you do that, you're gonna get asked lots of questions. So be prepared. And I come back to like, that was crazy. Right. They all want to know how much it cost and how many pieces, Martin. I'm like, I don't know, Andrea. I've got no clue. That's the answer. But she rode with us up to our first show in Virginia. Magnus, I think I saw you up there with all your G.I. Joe stuff, which was...
I've definitely met you before, yeah. I thought you'd been there.
Yeah, I love your G.I. Joe stuff. But she did that, and then she's kind of wigged out a little bit. Now, when we go to shows, she kind of just hangs out in the hotel, goes shopping, has some breakfast. And, you know, she enjoys the hobby the way she wants to. Maggie now, when we go to the shows, you know, she's the one, I guess, down here with little Tealwheels down there in my left-hand corner, who ends up doing all the running for Todd with the bingo. And it's just really enjoyable. There she is. So hello. Maggie was waving off camera to you earlier, but you couldn't see her because she was off camera. But, you know, going to these shows now, there's a whole group of these 3, 4, 5-year-old girls that hang out together, have their own booths, work the bling desk. And for me, I'm in it a lot for that, right? And it's still cool for them. And a lot of the builds are functioning around how my daughter will enjoy something, or other, you know, girls will enjoy something and still want to be creative and not switch to American Dolls or the iPhone or something. So, but my kids are good. My family's good with it.
Cool. All right. So your daughter's your main impetus for getting in, right? I mean, your kids, your daughter, and everything. Yeah. So
I think so. That's what I say. I think but it's
when you go to all the social events with other adults, you're like, yeah, my daughter did it, and I got in, and you know,
he just loves his family so much. That's why.
I always said I'll stay on the edge, just the edge. I'll dip my toes in, just on the edge, and then you realise, no, I am in the centre.
And here you are,
which is perfect, and I'll embrace it.
All right. So tell me the first. I mean, because now I've seen your stuff at conventions. It's amazing. It's big, and we'll talk about some of the skills in doing that. What was your first big, like? Okay, this is not just a small mock. This is like, you know, a big deal. What was your first big creation?
So the Battle of Hoth was the first one, right? But when I look at it, it was big for what I did, but it wasn't, right? Because it was a bunch of white flowers, thousands of them laying down, and then some sets in there, and I built the building. But
I remember that was the first time I'd ever seen the flowers used as snow, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So.
Well, here's my naivety with shows, and I guess as people come into hobbies, right, I think it's fair. You know, you don't know what to do, what's correct, what's not correct, and those questions are very valid. So I remember emailing Todd and saying, "Can I place real flour down, right, like white flour for the snow?" So like, I can't build all of this, and I didn't realize the absurdity. He just said no, air conditioning. And now I know Todd really well. So that makes sense. So I bought white flowers and I went that way. He was like, don't do that, Martin. But that summer we then went to Brickfair, Virginia for the first time. And we built the Battle of Endor, which is one of my favorite scenes from Star Wars, like many of yours. And it was good. We've got a set, kind of ripped it open, then built a bunch of the trees and the platforms, and I liked it. It was good, and we refined it when we came back to Brickfair, Alabama, and I think that's when we won with that one the first time. So that was probably my first big one.
That one has Rapunzel's tower in it. Is that the one that you stuck that in the corner?
It did, and so that thank you, because that was an important feature in there. Because as people would come over, I would also turn the Ewok house so that you could see Rapunzel's tower. So thank you. I'm glad that you saw this.
We've watched every Martin Beyond the Brick video.
Super. Yeah. Okay. I think they got that. I think they got that detail in that one. So and they filmed that.
They did,
Yeah, they
that's
filmed
why
that one in Virginia. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you remember that. And then that's then what led in to the next bigger build, which was that was my first foray into doing something really to add in with girls. Actually, in terms of big, because then I built like a princess like world and built for Brick for Alabama. The next year I bought Endor, and I also had the Fairy Tale Castle. So I had the Rapunzel Tower, I had Ariel in there, I had Merida. And that one was a different type of build, right? It was a little bit more compact, but it was mixing a bunch of the different themes together, princess themes, and making one world out of them. But yeah, the Endor one, I've done the Endor a few times. I redid that one, I think in 18, and it was 16 feet, and the trees are 3.5 feet. And every time I build it, I'm like, I will never build that again because of the time it takes to landscape at a show and the trees. And oh, I had a coupon. Yes, I had a coupon. I have Lego points, VIP points.
So wait, Martin, we need to talk about what happens to your Endor display at the end of Brick Fair, Alabama.
Yeah, we're getting to that. This is where we're all going to go. Martin, what is your deal, man? Tell us what you do after you build your big things. What happens to your big stuff?
So happens is present tense. Right, let's say happens. We're going what happens, right? I'm learning as I go with these big builds what to do and what not to do. So yeah, that tower, so that Endor build got destroyed because it's what happened in Star Wars, right? Stuff got destroyed, so we made it destroyed.
But it wasn't just destroyed; it was shoved off the table.
So I have to give context. I've been in California for work all week. I had been planning how I'm going to get it to the show. I had people bring it to the show. I turned up on Friday at 9 o'clock to set it up. Half the trees are broken, set it up. There was no way I was taking it home in one piece or two pieces. So yeah, I said to Maggie and little Lou, who was with her, I said, let's go ahead and destroy it. Let's just go ahead and knock it down and have fun with it. And it was wicked fun. It was brilliant. And we did. We just rummaged through, knocked the trees down, through the at Walker. I think I kept the UCS shuttle. But it was a lesson that I learned from. When I break big builds like that, they normally go in boxes and don't get used. I'm still sorting Endor. I'm still sorting the Hoth, and I'm still sorting the They're in boxes. I've got like 10 giant boxes. But throwing brown bricks in the air and landing, brown bricks break, but brown bricks really break.
Yeah.
And, let me show you a box here.
Oh, this is gonna hurt, guys.
This is this is all Palisade log bricks. I have 3 of these boxes, and I would imagine about a quarter of these are broken. So not only do you have to sort the brick, but you've got to sort out which one's broken. So when everyone was complaining about the brown brick, people knew I'd said, hey, my brown bricks are broken. They're like, hey, you got to send these in and get Lego to send you some money for them or replacements. I was like, well, no, I broke them, right? In the air, that's user error. But Chris, I enjoy that, right? Part of creating something is, I think sometimes we build, and everyone does stuff different ways, right? But when you've built something multiple times, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm done with it at a certain point. And if I want to make it better, often the only way I'm ever going to make it better is completely destroying it and then starting over again. Otherwise, I just add on and which is okay to do that. I'll do that with some builds, but I doubt I will ever make Endor again. That's twice, and that one's out. But my other ones that I haven't rebuilt, I probably will at some stage.
All right. So let me ask, did you smash them all at the thing, or do you how does your disassembly? Now, this is coming from a guy who has a Moonbase module he built in 2003 still together. So I hang on to my stuff probably way too long. But you're smash and grab at the end of conventions, right?
Yeah. So this isn't just a Lego issue. right? If I'm on holiday or we're at the beach or something, and it's time to go, so we're leaving Sunday. You got to be.
Wait, you burn your condo? Is that what you did?
I just burn it down.
And knock it off the table.
Yeah, burn the condo down when I leave. No, I'm ready to go. Right, Sunday night or Saturday night, I pack, I'm out. Get me out of here. So when the convention's done, when it's in Birmingham, I'm 2 hours away, and so I normally want to get home. So I've got to get home. When I've been in Virginia or Chicago, that's a 13, 15-hour drive. So it's how quickly can I get out of here? And can I get it packed and be there for the closing bingo prizes that happen? Because I want to be able to win. Yeah.
So you have to have more room to go, but coming home, you can get all your mocks in like a little box and just scoot them out.
Correct. Yeah, and I normally end up with so much junk by the end of 2 or 3 days anyway. There's no way it would ever fit in, right? With all the minifigures I've bought or all the bricks or whatever it is, I'll never have enough room in the car. So you don't take things out of the tent, you just roll it up. Yeah, pretty much. That'll be it. That's true, actually.
All right. So now we know that Brick Fair Alabama was canceled for January. We're really super duper bummed about that because that was what we were holding on hope for us to be back.
Wait, it's canceled? No, I'm kidding. I know.
Oh, it hurt.
Yeah.
Do you have a build in process that you were thinking about that for that show or?
Yeah, I did. And so I've still kept my Rapunzel's tower. As you talk about breaking stuff up, that's the only thing I have made because I took it to one, and I want to take that to or the only thing I kept. So I want to take that to other shows. I wanted to this year, but didn't get to it. But
Mark, you got to understand the peanut gallery is half this show.
This is funny. I'm just gonna read them and laugh. That will be what I do. I'm gonna go ahead. I've been working on a battleship for Matt to stand on with his hat. Is what I'm doing.
There you
go.
Full size.
Yeah, full size one. No, I do. I want to build a city, and that's why these houses are here. I've been working on a castle. I shared a castle this past weekend, and I've never built a castle before. And there's some tremendous castle builders, right, who are especially here in the South. And so I know that if I'm going to build a castle, I've got to make it. I want to make it something different, right? I want to add to the community. I don't want to copy someone else's.
There's already a pink one, so you can't do that.
I know, really. That's my specialty. Making it
Lauren,
lovely, and you've done it.
I love copying all your stuff because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, well, thank you. And yeah, I can't do a pink one anymore for that reason. But the way I build big builds, right? I have to always think what do I want people to do when they look at it, right? Do I want them to come in and look at something big, or do I want their eye to trail and see a story? So leading into what am I working on? So I've got that big castle, and I'll bring it on here and show him just a second some of it because I shared some of it again because people may not have seen, and I haven't shared it on the internet anywhere because of my inability to share on the internet. But I want the castle probably to be part of a modern day town. So where I'm from on the south, we have lots of castles. A beautiful town called Arundel that has a castle and a cathedral. Then a lot of little houses like this.
Wait, in Alabama or somewhere else?
Oh yeah, Alabama, yeah. Arundel, Alabama, South Coast, Sussex, West Sussex in England.
Alabama castles are made out of Twinkies and Little Debbie cakes. But anyway, go ahead.
Right. So some people will say they're made by Nick Saban, not me. But that's a real castle. But so I'm wanting this castle to be a focal point at the top of the hill, and then we stroll down to the other stuff, which will be different buildings out of different time periods. We can bring them in because that's really how things are. And I want that to be my town and my city. I'm trying to go with the concept of not building the way that everyone else builds cities, which I love, right? At the last Brick Fair, I think I spent more time walking around all the cities, and there were some great ones. I think Huzier Bricks bought one down, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it was a big boy, yeah.
So a guy from South Carolina for the first time showed up. The Birmingham lug had all this parade. I just spent time looking at all of it and realized I'm just spending forever here. So I'm like, how can I add and do it differently? And I want to do it like an English village. Different tiers of height, different things you're looking at, different themes, but make it all combined and cohesive. But do you want to see some of the castle that I'm working for as a center point?
No. Yes.
No. Yes.
That's all. Listen to
Only
Chris.
if it's pink.
All right. So I will start. Do you want me to start with the big part or the little part first?
Big castle.
Yeah, there you go.
And I might have to hold it.
And Gil right now is like, that's what she said. And he couldn't get it in there. So.
I kept my mouth covered and said it quietly.
Yeah. I try to throw these grenades out and see what they do sometimes to people. And
You're all do. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
They catch them every time.
So the way I'm set up, I may have to actually hold this part because I had to switch the computer. So this is the this is the main key.
Oh my
Lord!
Wow.
I'm glad you
That's a
pump
small
iron
part?
because you're just manhandling that right now.
Martin, that's a good start, buddy.
Thank you. I figured it was, but I'll amateur here. Let me walk it up to the camera. It's I've got only tiny little bits of details of the window slits and stuff in there because if I think about the castles I know of, and I'm going to put this up behind me. Let me put it up here. Right, they are basically a lot of walls like that with just tiny minute places that's where the guys would go in there with their bow and arrows and shoot their bow and arrows at angles on specific angles on the walls. So you wouldn't have a whole lot of stuff there. Let me see if I can move this back here real quick.
I love the masonry bricks.
I love the masonry. That's fantastic.
That's a great mix of the masonry.
Thank you. It's so tricky to do that. Use the masonry and not overdo it. And
okay, so the door. Hey, Martin, you've got the door on the one side that's elevated.
Yes.
So that's moon-based compatible.
There you go.
Sweet. I like that. That's good. Good.
Hook a monorail up to that.
I'm glad I'm compatible. That's good. So
It looks like it's 10 bricks tall too, so that's perfect.
and I've made now it's moon-based uncompatible. I'm sorry because there's the stairs that move in. So
I just like the fact that Chris brought a castle guy in.
I'm not a castle guy yet.
You are now.
We'll convert you.
Me and Brian just initiated you. It's over. Also, man.
Now, what you don't know is he actually makes it transforms into a giant robot and will stomp
Exactly,
through
it's a transformer.
All right, so this is part of the front gate.
Wow.
This up here. I'll move over. All right. So again, it's nice and solid. Now it's got no interior to it, because again, where I plan to have it positioned, no one's going to see in it. Again,
say it again.
But I've got some really cool detail in. I've got there's the St. George's cross inside the windows here. No one will ever see it. Oh, that's the other one here. No one will ever see that the way it's done. But I put that detail in, and you've got a little St. George's cross here with the colours because my finger. Robin Hood. When Robin Hood was around, my dad had asked me to do a Robin Hood castle. Hence, this is why I got the castle. It was Richard the Lionheart was king at the time, and he had the St. George's cross on. But
I want to see the top. I want to see how you got. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Okay. Look at you. All right. It'll do.
Thank you.
Hey, whoa, is that a radar dish on top? Is that what that is?
No, that is absolutely not.
You can probably see how I plan for this to be. I plan it to be like an angle here, or like that. So the drawbridge is functional. So it rolls down and it doesn't fall down. It goes at whatever pace I want to get it down. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a little lever up here. I turn, or lever for me, lever for you, I think, right? I get confused these days with what it is. And then I'll show you the portcullis.
What the heck? I can never build anything ever again.
What happens every time I see somebody's build? It's like, wow, that's beautiful.
Chris, you can take me off this distribution list.
Yeah, kick it out.
Yes, we're all being owned right now. We just want to go ahead and admit that. But
castle.
I'm honestly just surprised that those the rope pieces don't just pull off the door when you try to roll it up. Like
no, so I forget how I did it inside. They're on a wheel and they get pulled at a certain angle and then wrap around each other. But the end pieces snap nicely onto the actual drawbridge part. And now you're saying that now I'm worried it's going to happen, and when it happens, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Okay. So
we're calling the cops. Anyway, go ahead.
So let me show you this. And actually, if you can hear the sound, if we all be very quiet like little mice, you might hear the creaking. It actually creaks, but and it goes up. But I brick built that. I mean, that must have a good few hundred pieces in the portcullis. And I wanted it solid, and I want it to look good. So
Well, that's much better than the 6080 one. I think it was 6080 that had the black door that came down on the rope. That's much cooler.
When it breaks, it's not good. I'm going to show you.
That's just a standard quote in my house.
So I'll show you how I'm going to build the wall. So I built a Death trench run. Right, I built that, and I found a really good way to build the trench run to make it easy and portable, which gets my whole big move. So the exterior castle walls I built with 16 by 16 plates.
Okay.
On the side, so they're light. It doesn't take much brick to do. The outside's just a little texture, and then the inside, is there. It's just smooth tile. No one will see it, but it'll be less weathered than the old texture. But these can then sit in, and I can put them in and make whatever shape that I want to.
I have a castle question. I'm going to interrupt you, Martin, right there.
Do it.
All right. The walkway, whatever we just tell, I don't know. Again, I call it a catwalk. I don't know what the hell the name of it.
Parapet?
Huh?
Parapet? Is that the right word?
I don't know. Is that what? I don't know. How did you decide to make it that width?
So in terms to go around there, I don't really know. It's probably just the arch pieces that I had, actually.
Okay.
No, you're wrong. I'm wrong on that one.
You're wrong, man. Come on.
You're wrong and I'm wrong. I did it off, because that's the important question. I built the drawbridge first on here.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out how I wanted the drawbridge. I've learned on a lot of these, if there's a crucial piece to build that piece first, and then build everything off around it.
Scale everything off of that, yeah.
Yeah. With my Rapunzel tower, I built the very top of the tower first of all, and then I basically build upside down sometimes. So I make sure that when I get there, that can be correct.
Gotcha.
So that's how, Julian. Let me get you the other piece of this as well.
Wait, before.
Because I did. Nobody cares, but I took my catwalk and I doubled it.
You go, Julian.
Huh?
You go.
Hey, I build castles too.
That's like me telling Chris I build spaceships.
I mean, about you put the wrong gloves on the spaceman. I don't care what you do.
That's never gonna get old.
It's a thing, man. The internet's loving it.
Oh, look at this.
These are the so as I think about how I'm going to build it and set it up, and I can be okay not knowing how it's going to be. I've got a ton of these that are already built, and what are they? Octagonal. They're 6. What's that? Hexagonal.
Yes.
The 6. And that's brick built here on the side instead of studs or tiles.
Good for you.
Oh, and there's an interior. Yeah, so you can see how I've built the interior.
So wait a minute, what's the top? What's the floor of the tower there?
So that is just dark gray bricks on there.
Oh, okay.
With slopes,
okay.
And
they're sideways. I couldn't tell what I'm like. Is that a one piece? But no, now
and one piece hexagon. That'd be fantastic.
So the walkway here, I just attach it in, and then I can turn it, and I can get my angles and lift that up so you can see. So it's just like a little modular building castle.
Correct. Yeah, that's how I did it. I did it on the 48 by 48s. Each individual one has a section built on it. I like your idea better.
Hey, you've got a complete castle. I don't.
Well, not anymore. I don't.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move this.
Julian, after seeing this, did you just throw yours down on the floor?
No, because I like what he did, but I like mine better.
You know what, Sir Julian? Yeah, I really love your castle. I think it's fantastic.
Appreciate that.
And it's just different, and
it's getting bigger. It's not where it is yet. It's not as good as it's going to be.
Okay, Gil is crying at himself.
So
I'd like to point out I'm being good.
Oh, we're being very proper for the British guy here, you know.
So thank you for being proper. I'll tell you.
I'm sorry.
Now I feel even 10 times better because we've been proper.
So I intend for this castle. It's like if you sit on a normal table that's 3 foot high, I'd like this castle to be sitting about 4 to 5 feet off that table in the air, and then the town and everything else cascades down. How I'm going to do that, I haven't completely decided. I doubt it will all join as one piece.
Build a
Maybe
wooden
build
box.
Sorry.
Build a wooden box for it to sit up on.
You know what? I think I need to do that because I run out. I haven't got that much duplo to build it. That gets heavy, so it might be a box.
Are you taking this to Brick Fair 2022?
I'm sorry.
Are you taking this to Brick Fair 2022?
So I've got a sneaky suspicion we might see as things open up. Some of these ones that have been cancelled come on later on to the end of the year. It wouldn't be surprised me if you see in Alabama in the middle of the year somewhere. It wouldn't surprise me. But Virginia's still on, and I plan to go to Virginia. I've got that scheduled to go there, so I will take that and Rapunzel's Tower up to Virginia when I get it sorted out. If I can figure out how to fit it all in my car, which I will. So yeah,
Get it
one way or another.
All right. So okay, well, let's just talk about this a little more. The castle though. So now you got these. Are you going to make a nice rocky cliff thing that's going to sit on? How is that going to work? Or what have you got already built for this?
So again, no, I haven't. Again, it's like, okay, what can I do that enhances what's already done? And as I think about people who can do rocky areas a whole lot better than me, I think about Mark Erickson. He just nails it, and I can't do that at the moment. And so I'm not going to try to replicate that. And I think you see a lot of castles like they're sit up on rocky cliffs. You're right, that's great. What I want to do is just by thinking about how people will come and look at it, right? If I think about kids' height coming to a table and how they're gonna flow, is there need for me to do that rockiness around it? I don't think so. I think I have it up if it's on Julian's box. Have it up there, and then I've got trees and buildings that will be at the right angles to kind of hide the stuff that you can't see. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But now watch me go ahead and build a rocky thing and think I better do rock actually. But again, I have in my mind a town called Arundel. It's Arundel in West Sussex, and the castle doesn't sit on a big rock. It views down to the ocean, and there's a river by it, and it has a moat which were never filled with water, is where the ducks live. So you'd have a moat full of ducks. So I want to try to get as much of that realism in it as I can.
Oh, that's cool. All right, now you invoked his name, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Are you going to have your castle across the way from those guys' castle, and is there going to be a castle war going on?
Castle off. It's a castle off.
You need to build a trebuchet.
It's the David castle off, but
have any of you
need to launch some boulders at their castle.
Well, have you bought the powered functions and you bought the powered up and you've got the robot, and the robot has a fireable missile on its shoulder that's in the kit? I was like, Lego are really doing this, and it still has a picture of where you can poke out your eyes, don't shoot at someone. But the first thing I did was like, oh, there's a cat, boom, hey Maggie, boom, it works. I don't know if we would have a castle off on that one. I definitely lose their castle buildings way better than mine. But if we look at history, Americans have never won a castle battle. England have, America has, because you experience. Many others you have.
The glove has been thrown down.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I can pass that word on if you want to. I may see that guy, down at Atlanta Brick Company.
I know. I may be seeing him in a few days as well when I run into Atlanta Brick.
Hey, let us know. Let us know when you're going down there. We can meet you down there. It'd be good to see you. That'd be great.
Well, I'm planning to go tomorrow, actually. Hopefully no one can
Well, I got to work, but thank you for the notice.
I'll get my car. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, no, plan to. Either tomorrow or Saturday. We're meant to go to a horse show, and our horse busted its leg and is in the vet, so we're not going to a horse show because it hasn't got 4 working legs. So maybe I'll go Saturday. I will let you know though.
All right, group. If you got some questions for him, go ahead and fire them away.
I just love the use of color. I think you use color like no one I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. I don't know if that's true, right? But,
what have I seen? It's just, it's like on the house with the Papa Teal, just Papa Teal, but it brings so much more dimension.
So you made the Rapunzel tower that had like Ariel under Or like on the boat
Yeah.
and everything at 2018 Brick Fair.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. I love that. I showed it to my wife too. She loved it. She thought the colors were fantastic too.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Color is great.
I shared pictures. I shared pictures of your Rapunzel Tower on Facebook, and people went crazy over that. So I thought it was awesome, and other people who didn't even attend the show got to see it. So
he also claimed it was his. Anyway,
look what I built.
We're all Spartacus.
I was like, "What's a Rapunzel?" No.
The sad thing is, for the longest time, I thought it was E.J. Boken's tower. So now I feel like, what's going on?
Well, I appreciate it. So yeah, so America, the color. What my other hobby. So before getting into Lego with my kids, I ran a photography business. I just started off. My wife wanted a camera for Maggie. I was like, I'm not buying you a camera. We got it. She said, I'll take pictures of my kids. I will. She never used it, so I picked it up. And I started a full-on photography business. I was doing 20 weddings a year whilst working a full-time job. Realized it was way too much. Shut it down. But during that, you have to realize, okay, how do I visually get people to see things? Right? And it might just be that tiny little detail, and often it's color, right? That can be that detracting view. So that might be where I can get that from. But then actually I sold all my camera equipment and financed Lego out of it. So that's how I seeded my hobby.
Well, I just think I'm not trying to like put down the space builders that and it's not necessarily just space.
Chris, get ready with
the or texture, and I think you add more to it with color. I mean, I think the color really just. I hadn't seen it used the way you use it until I've seen some of your builds. That it adds more dimension without, not because okay, yeah. It's not just. I'm talking about people with cliffs and people with this and that. Slap some more stuff on the side, put some sun on it, textured, but it doesn't give it depth, maybe or
well,
yeah.
And I think that might be it. The first time I was at the show, Matthew Green was next to me when I had Hoff, and he had Hobbiton, and he also had a big castle there. And I watched him as people would come through. He had told me how he would place things so people look at stuff. And he would use color as well. He'd pop out tiny little flowers in a bland area. Because then they see that there's a kid with a balloon that shouldn't be there, or stuff like that. So I kind of maybe attribute some of that to him. I learned off him there. And Matt, I cut you off. I'm so sorry. Or maybe you froze again.
No, I don't think I'm frozen. I can hear you just fine. My spouse got me a couple books on color theory, which is really for painting, where you can combine colors, and you can't really mix your colors. They come in Lego, they come in a certain way. But the thing I took away from those color theory books is about choosing which are going to be the light and the dark colors, and how the eye is drawn to the lighter colors, or how you can make something pop. Like you use the teal in that example that you showed us. And so the teal jumps out, and I loved your brick built windows. And as the group knows, I'm sort of obsessed. I buy all the window frames in every color that Lego has, so that they're available when I go to build a building. But I really like your brick built door. And how tricky was that? Did you have to play around with it, or did it work out pretty quickly?
No, it's really simple. I'll show you. So the door. Up here and show you. This is what I started to build with this door as well. Right? Again, I've seen there's so many good artists on Pinterest, and I go to different places for inspiration. I did it with my photography. I never looked at wedding magazines. I looked at Girls Cosmopolitan, stuff like that. What people actually looked at and cared at, and went after that. So art is often real artists are designed to do stuff to make it pop, and so much fun stuff with fun doors on buildings. This just pops off. I say it's easy. Let me break the whole thing. It was easy. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, what'd you just grab? That looked like a dental tool.
This is why English teeth are like they are. This is how we... I pick it, I beat the sound, sticks, and then I pick my Lego as well. Did that come off? It did come off. All right, so this is the door. It's just a round circle in the back. And then I had a bunch of this stuff from the pick a brick wall. I just built the gingerbread house, so I pulled these one bys out of that. and the arch. It's a very simple door, and the door's not going to be functional, right? So I don't want to get caught up in, well, is it going to open? Is it not going to open? And then it just sticks on this bland face. So I could actually change the color of the door if I wanted to.
There you go.
That's it.
Thanks.
Did it. Yeah. Hello, Maggie. Maggie's walked in here, but she doesn't want to be on camera, but secretly she does. So, Maggie, walk over here and say hello with the cat. She brought the cat in to destroy everything. So, yes.
Maybe say hi. Maybe say hi to Maggie. You remember Maggie?
Yeah,
Maybe say
Maggie,
hi.
pop up and say
No,
hello. Yeah. So, just
Natalie said one word already, so that was her allotment for the episode.
there she is. Hi, say hi, Maggie.
Hi.
Wave, Maggie. Everyone say hi to Maggie. Oh, look, we can be friends. Lego friends.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Martin.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so forget the Lego for a second. This is twice in a week we've seen you on the internet. Is there any plans to ramp up your social media presence? If so, thank you.
So, thank you for the question. And Julian, this time I'll stay on and answer your question rather than leave you in limbo. And again, I fully apologize.
No, man, don't you worry about
great,
that.
And I'm standing there frozen. And I'm like, oh.
There he goes.
Yeah, we just got the high-speed internet here in the woods where I live, so I can do things like this a little bit more. No, I have a YouTube channel. I've got 15 subscribers on it.
Good job.
Yeah, it's good. And 4 videos when my kids were younger.
You're doing great.
And then I have a Flickr, but I'm locked out of Flickr.
I know. What a Flickr? Is that? Did you bring that from England or something? What is that?
Isn't that how you say it? What is it?
No, it is.
Flickr?
I make fun of the Flickr guys because it's back in the day.
I'm not one because I'm locked out and my old email, I just can't get in, so it's sitting there. So I'm glad. I'm not the only one, right? Brian and Fazim, you're in there as well.
I got locked out of my Facebook and Instagram, so social media is great.
No, but I did, Julian, actually just starting up my Instagram a little bit more because it's a little bit easier for me. So I have just gone that and try to keep that Lego because my personal one is horses and a dog.
Yeah.
And
I like all the horses. I know. Yeah.
So I was, I've got so much content out there, like stuff I've built, and I have so many photographs and different stuff that I can pull out. I've got a 2014 Mac that I've just been pulling out and trying to pull images off it. And I realized that maybe I should share some of that stuff. Right, there's maybe that little bit of responsibility if I've done it to go ahead and give back and share.
The community and the world would like it and deserve it.
Well, thank you. Well,
I second that.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
I second that.
For that. All right. Well, I've got. What have I got up here? So I built my own room. I'll show you. I built it and I built all the shelves.
Chris, big room.
Oh, sorry. I'm coming. Hang on. There it is.
There we go. Great. So over here, you can't see this, but it's got like some things. It says YouTube videos. And it's got ideas for that episode. Let's get sorted, build that set, other things.
Yeah.
A lot of people use paper for notes like that. I'm just saying.
Just keep using your wall.
Well, we graffiti in England, so that's what we do. Graffiti artists.
I see some dots over there.
I saw the dots. There's lots of dots. I saw yours as well. I've just been sorting those.
Yes. We have lots of dots. I'm not allowed to use Natalie's dots.
Up here I have, that doesn't help, a bunch of the build ideas, the things that I want to do. And then that's kind of what I do want to do. But Julian, the YouTube channel, it's like, do I have time to do it? Do I want to do it? Could it be fun? And I'm trying to think of a way to involve, again, Zane in the hobby. And he showed me how to get on Twitch Sunday night.
Woohoo! All right.
To get on the stream, I had no clue how to do it. But he doesn't do a lot of sports. Doesn't want to, but he works out at school and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm thinking about doing a YouTube channel. How about you run it for me, right? It's your job. And also I'm thinking about a Bricklink. I'm like, it's yours, right? You've got so many boxes of Lego. You do it, you run it, everything's yours. But the YouTube part, let him have it. So we'll see.
I'm 42. I ate cereal with the Smurfs. I just didn't play with Lego back then.
Hey, How about we let Gil come in because somebody needs to go to bed, so you can bring in the Canadian to rile up all the people together.
Yeah, Gil, click on your link. Come on in here, man.
Say night.
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 Yeah. Bring it out.
There they go.
Oh, no.
I'm curious.
The only reason I behave myself. She's gone now.
He's cranking it up, ready to go. Oh, you made our guest leave. Look at there. Good job.
I've got as well. Yeah, sorry, I had to go when Julian said he's done behaving. So got to be good. So Julian, I wanna share an experience with you. So at Brick for Alabama, this year was the first year you were there, right? Is that the first year?
That was the first year I displayed. 19, we came and visited, and that's when I fell in love with your Trojan horse.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And so I'd never heard the woo. I didn't know what to talk about, and I'm like, yeah. So everyone's so polite at these shows normally, right? You go to the Virginia, so Magnus will say, you have your adult hours, people stay out. Like, there's none of that here, really, because everyone's like, well, I've got to go to bed, and I've got to turn up nicely tomorrow. I was like, who is this guy, right? Why is he so loud, and what's he doing, is what I thought.
Yeah.
And often we have those misconceptions, and then by the end of the show, I'm like, you've brought everyone in. You actually connected so many people.
Don't stop it. Don't make me cry. Don't do that.
I don't cry, actually. Please don't. I don't handle crying and emotions very well. I'm English.
Yeah. Thanks, man. That means a lot. I'm glad somebody figured it out. Okay.
Yeah. I may have wooed once or twice.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Greg, Gil, welcome to the show. How you doing, Canuck?
Oh, it's been awesome, man. Martin, this stuff is like I kind of like I didn't really put the name with the bills, and then while I was being a jackass in the forum, I Googled some of your stuff. Amazing, man. Beautiful, just beautiful stuff. I've seen it over the years, and it's amazing. Love it.
Thank you. Well, I'm so grateful that people have photographed and videoed my own work for me because I don't normally do it. So
No. He's lying. He's just a Canadian kissing up to the Queen of England. That's all he's talking about right now.
Hey, so long as the face is still in our money, I'll be kissing that royal hat.
y'all be good now back there. Y'all be getting on me on each other.
Hey, Chris, should we ask Gil what he's been doing since he's late to the show, but still following protocol?
I don't want to hear anybody, hunting moose and, field dressing beavers. But go ahead, man. What has been going on in your world, buddy?
Yo, you've been field dressing beavers?
First off, wait. Gil, allow me first before you do that. They don't hunt moose. They mount them and ride them into battle.
Well, this is true.
Just pointing that out. Go ahead, Gil.
Yeah, this is true. No, but actually what we do is we milk them, and it gives us their power. That's what we do. Yeah, not Lego-wise, not a whole lot. Built a little runabout thing for the Space Police 2. That's about it. And other than that, just boring, non-fun stuff, which no one cares about. Like getting ready to move. Oh!
You went there. So, Gil, I got to ask
you. I love you, Rich, wherever you are.
Hey, Gil, real quick. So, what's your thought on Space Police 4 figures?
My thought is, what? First I've heard. Yeah. Oh, I mean, outside the collectible.
The collectible minifigure. We're gonna call it Space Police 4 because the Bounty Hunter was was Blacktron 3, so that's got to be Space Police 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty neat. Like the dual tone legs and all that stuff is cool. But again, not to get back to the, not want to be a random bag fondler that we were talking about last week. To sit there to try to find it, like, that's great, but man, I know that I'm gonna pay someone $25 on Bricklink to do it because
Greg, I will fondle the bags for you, and I will.
Okay.
that was wrong, man.
Well, Natalie went to bed, so Julian and I have been cut loose, and we brought Greg in. So, Chris, you get what you get.
Your brother's on your show. He's right.
Hey, Martin, how would you like to start a new web chat with me on Thursday?
Y'all, that may be a great idea now.
All right, let's start it together, you and I. All right.
Y'all.
All right. So, hey, Rich, how you doing, man? You were in before.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Stuff, Magnus, Gil, whatever.
Yeah.
Running the gauntlet.
You seem to also be in a room that's not multicolored, so.
Well, yeah, that room is actually all white now, as of today.
Bad day.
Like seal in the horns, Nick.
I'm gonna have to put the thing.
I will say that it's very, very official. They cashed the check. They've accepted to take a little less for us to fix things. So
you're moving.
We're buying a house.
Cool. Yeah, you excited? That's super
I am
exciting.
too. I'm just thinking about trying to make sure that I kind of get a good estimate on what it's going to cost to do the things to the new place before concurrently with us moving in.
Because it's always hard to do those things after you've moved in.
Yes, as is apparent with the current house that needed lots of things to be done prior to us leaving. They actually needed to be done when we moved in. But,
Hey,
Well,
Rich,
I
Rich,
will say the carpet in my Lego room, we needed to have changed it before we moved in, but we needed to move in. And now to change out this carpet, to move everything in here, to put new carpet down, now I don't think it's going to happen. So this Berber carpet, I'll just keep pulling strings out of it and throwing it away and just keep on going. So
1-800 Got Junk's coming tomorrow. They're taking a bunch of stuff, including some of the couch and the coffee table and some bedroom furniture, and they will be down to just stuff like folding tables that I'm sitting at now.
Hey, Rich, can I ask you a question? The last few streams you've had and stuff, the angle of the camera always, it's like, I don't know where the camera is. Like, is it down on like the desk and it's looking up or something?
Yes, that's pretty much. I mean, I've got a phone, so I could like sit here like this.
All right.
With both hands. I wish I had a place to mount it on the wall, but that's not.
Because being down on the desk, I always think, man, this is like the toilet cam. This is how it looks when you're trapped in the toilet. You're like looking straight up, right into the waterfall.
God save the
It's the belt buckle go cam.
Yeah, that's
where it is.
I mean, I could maybe angle it better.
Chris, I just want you to know I have censored myself on at least 7 comments.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dan's been very good.
No, I hook it up. I hook up my phone.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're like an hour and 30 in. I got to make up time, man.
Oh, you rock it out, man. You rock it out. But I'm gonna have to bite my tongue because I'm trying to stay in Chris's good side for right now.
No, you're good. Hey, and we're about at an hour 30. We don't have to shut it down yet, but we'll start winding up in a second. But I do want to make sure I remember to announce to all of you and anybody who is watching the show, we are having a little bit of a build challenge / not a contest or whatever. It's called I Santed That. And what we want you to do is to take any set that is current or old or whatever and totally remake it for Christmas in Christmas colors. The example for that is the employee gift that like our ambassador and our lug only is the only one here that got one, I think. Anyway.
Well, Meredith is gone, but she has one.
Yeah, Meredith
got
paid
one.
some serious money to get one. But anyway, and he's going. All right, so basically the entire thing is redone Christmas red and white and all that kind of stuff. You could gingerbread something. You could, but anyway. So for the 17th, which means you got 2 weeks to get it done, you can build just a challenge to build something Christmassy.
Is this a show challenge?
Okay, please don't show Nick.
Hey, he didn't use reach around at least.
Oh. We were an hour and 34 minutes and 26 seconds.
Have a great night.
It was a new record.
Wait, Chris, we'll come back. You're going to segue that for a second because
not a segue from that.
No. Mark made a comment on a private conversation. He's like, at exactly the 20-minute mark from last week, I said, it says Dana mentions reach around. So I was starting to feel a little anxiety about this, and so I Googled the words reach around.
Oh, no.
Hey, hit that button, man. Come on.
Hey, come on. If I'm going to reach around to grab something, it is common Queen's English.
Common parlance.
English.
Okay.
Queen's English.
Queen's English. So here's the thing that made me even really more surprised is that when I Googled it, like the first 7 links are all about Urban Dictionary and the negative connotation that it's supposed to be. And I'm like, where did this happen?
I've got another one that I'll give you offline.
I think it's called George Michael, but I'm not absolutely certain.
All right, okay. So let's get back to the Yuletide death match. That's what we're talking about.
The joy of Christmas and life and light and anyway.
But don't
No,
go behind the
death
Christmas tree to plug the lights in.
I just need some green 1x2 plates, and I win.
When did that lose control? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what that means.
Well,
either.
did you feel lucky?
Oh, anyway,
this is the ever famous nervous laugh coming in.
Oh man!
Hey,
Moto,
Moto
what's
here.
up,
Hey, Moto, how are you? Such a classy joy for you to come wandering in. So, it is the I Santed That competition. You can take a creation like the Shrimp Shack and make it Christmas and everything. Don't just stick some Christmas decorations on it, like totally Christmas, like it's now Santa's vehicle or Santa's thing, or just go all out making a Christmas kind of creation in theme of Christmas or any holiday that's happening this time of year, and throw that on a mock or on a set that's been produced by Lego and redo it as a Christmas creation. Does that make sense? Everybody understand that?
Yep.
All right.
What? Can you say it all over again?
No.
Like I said, toasting the Pop-Tart in the VCR. Like I said.
All right. So, Martin, I'm sorry for the last 15 minutes of this chat. The first hour and 15 was great. The last 15 minutes has gone down the hill. But any questions or comments for us?
No, I like how you just assume that like I don't belong in that sort of conversation. Like,
No, I'm pretty sure
I am
you do.
that conversation, but I'll take the assumption that I don't off the bat.
He's coming back for that conversation.
Yes, if you want to join this band of idiots, you'll always have. I mean, these friends of mine. You'll always get an invite. You are always welcome to join us.
Well, I appreciate.
Yeah, you had it right the first time.
Yeah. I really appreciate being invited here. Like I said, this is only the second time I've been on the stream, and this whole COVID world, you just don't connect with other people. So I was watching your Thanksgiving episode, and it was a pretty tearful one, wasn't it? A lot of people got a little.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
But it was good, and it was serious because I'm here, and I live in Alabama, and there's a few of us around here. It's not a lot, but the ability to connect with other people with this hobby, which is an art for all of us in our own way, or you're a collector, or you're fascinated by it. I'm just so grateful. And the question that Julian had of, hey, are you interested in doing some more of this? I'm like, I always try to take responsibility for things. I'm thinking, okay, who else can I reel in this sort of fashion? So that's why I am kind of amping up my social media a little bit more. But I might have the time and capacity to do it. But you guys have come together so nicely. It really is nice and really is pleasant. And I just thank you for being here. Yeah.
The last 15 minutes notwithstanding.
Yeah. I'm going with the overall art.
You know what? Maybe I need to start a different channel or a different show that happens at like 11 or 12. OGB after hours.
OGB after dark. Yeah, right.
After dark.
Yeah, after dark.
I'll be in bed.
Yeah, well, no, exactly. It'll be completely Chris free. You can be as adult in it as you want to be. it will definitely be YouTube censored for 18 and above.
Right.
35 and above.
The only way into the chat is through the back door. You can do everything.
Oh,
no.
no.
Business.
I like my brick clean. Thank you.
Business at 7, party at 11.
Like a mullet.
Yeah.
That would be. All right. Well, we are at 1 hour and 40 minutes, and at least PG-13, if not more.
We blew through that hurdle.
We are laughing and coming back
There
around.
was that
to it.
big
That's
stop
right.
sign, and we just rolled right through.
No, but you know what? This is us just being dudes, and unfortunately, the token female has gone to bed and her child. So, I love you guys, and we have a great time. And nervous laughter or just big belly laugh. You guys make my week doing this show together. So don't forget that we do have the build challenge. So build a set, rebuild a set, a classic space set, a castle set. I don't care. And make it very Santa or whatever, and then we'll show that off on the show on the 17th, which will probably be our last show before the new year because we'll take a couple of weeks off and everything. All right, everybody, we've got to go. We got to run. Hope y'all have a great night.
One thing. I just happened to notice that Gil's wearing his official Old Grey Brick Space shirt.
Yes.
Space, eh?
Go Canada.
Brilliant.
That's right. So, go to TeePublic and look for Fleebnork because Mark has shirts he has designed. You can also look up Fazoom because Mark is wearing the shirt that I designed, which is pretty cool. It's classic Spaceman Spiff. And we would love hey, there it is. And we'd love for you to buy one. I'm actually donating some of that stuff to the charities thing that Beyond the Brick was doing this weekend. So we'll post some of that there.
Before you close up shop, I got to ask this. Why do we not have
very nice.
No, man, time twisters.
I am
Insect
glad
boys
I
do
wasn't
good.
drinking anything at that moment. Nick, we miss you. Where you been, man? Come join us again.
That's right.
So, Chris, I got to ask.
I'm glad we get bumped just so Nick can get on.
So, Chris, I got to ask before we leave, why do we not have an Old Grey Bricks t-shirt?
Yeah, man. I mean, look,
because Mark hasn't helped me make one yet.
All right, because if you don't do it, I'm going to have to wind up making it, and I don't want to have to steal your thunder. So get to it.
All right.
I got the.
We'll
I
have
already got the tramp.
You can make it
stamp. I
happen.
need the shirt.
Dana,
Sounds
you
like
need to
a
make
challenge.
Dana, make one that has all the banned phrases on it.
Those are on the back.
or just have the hands guy on the back and all that kind of stuff. So
The blue hands.
The blue hands? Oh,
Yes.
Hey, dude,
Gotta have the blue
make the
hand.
brick and then have him holding the space guy with the blue hands, right?
Yeah.
In an angry face.
You know why we make that shirt, Chris.
all right, I love you, morons, but I'm going to log off now. Yeah, Martin, thank you for joining us, and you're always welcome
thank you.
to come back and
Thank you very much.
anytime. All
I'm
right.
glad you got to see me, Martin.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Hey, Martin, hang around for the post show. We'll be hanging out, so don't log off yet. So, all right. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a great night.